Hail, it's Diane. So, I did a ritual last week to try and finally rid myself of the nightmares from my past that are still plaguing me. And at first it seemed it was successful, but then these people from my past kept popping up again, and I guess I'll have to try again and do something about this to finally get a grip on it. At least I have quite a few entries in my dream journal here. In fact, pretty much every single day since last week. And I got a little secret that helped me with my dream memory, which I may share later unless I forget about it. So yeah, I had some dream about Amsterdam and about meeting a friend downtown, which were pretty much uneventful. I had a lucid moment last Tuesday, and the night to Tuesday, and I was in the street of a city I had traveled to, and I was just for some reason becoming lucid, and I was looking around me and everything looked so real, and the cloud formations in the sky and changing shapes and everything, and I tried to reach my master, but I wasn't successful, sadly. And then I got involved in a conversation with some German guy I met there, and who was talking to me in fucking German, and I hate that language, and that was pretty negative to me. Although at least it wasn't my so-called birth family people, but it was someone speaking their language, and that's the reason. Otherwise, I'm not against any races or nationalities or something. So I don't hate Germans in general. I just hate the language for reasons of terrible traumatic memories from my childhood. So on Thursday again, I had a very ugly nightmare, a very ugly argument with the mother, and yeah, it got really very hateful, very cynical, and I don't want to repeat the words on here to the public right now. Then yesterday I woke from a dream which involved the grandmother, which was also very negative, a very negative person, actually much worse in real life than in this dream. We were arguing, and strangely this dream was kind of upside down, because yeah, I wanted to get married to my beloved master, of course, and so I was arguing with the grandmother in the dream because for some reason I wanted to wear an ornate white wedding dress, which is quite ridiculous because I'm a manly Amazon, and really proud of it, and very gender non-conforming, and when I do wear female clothing, it's like it's always pants, it's sometimes leggings, and somewhat feminine, but I'd never wear skirts or dresses or high heels or makeup or anything of that kind. So yeah, but in that dream, that was the strange part about it. I was arguing that I wanted a traditional white wedding dress, and my grandma told me off. She knew about my master, but she had no idea who he is. She had no idea he is the son of Satan, or that he's a Satanist at all. He was just this fine English gentleman to her. So yeah, and you can't wear that stuff, you can't embarrass this fine English gentleman. was her side of the argument, and I explained to her even that it's very traditional and very appropriate for a bride to wear such a white dress for a wedding. And it would have made much more sense if I had said I want to wear some fancy black gothic outfits, and my grandma had said then, but no, you have to wear a traditional wedding dress. But strangely, it was exactly the opposite in my dream, so that's kind of funny. I don't know what that was all about. So yeah, I need to get up my protection, I think. I do pray every night before I go to sleep, and I pray in the morning before I start my day, but I need to do it in a more specific way, I guess. So last night I had a better dream, even though those birth family people were still involved, and I was in a very large house with other people, which is a very common theme in my dreams. There's always some shared community building or something, and yeah, they were around somewhere, the birth family were, but the hosts were actually another family, some people unknown to me, English speaking, like decent civilized human beings, you know. And yeah, but they didn't speak much to me because I was this kind of, there was always this common distance and alienness about me that I usually have to other people, because I am so different from common people somehow. And so yeah, they had some children, and they were neutral, this family. They were not overly friendly to me, obviously, but they weren't bothering me in any way, and the children were doing their own stuff there. And instead there was a very large black cat which came to me, and I realized it was actually a wild cat, like a jaguar, and was about nearly the size of a shepherd dog, so a very large cat. It was a wild cat, and I think I don't know if I realized in the dream or only later when I woke up from it that this cat would have been very well capable of killing me if it had wanted to. But instead, this cat was very friendly to me and came to me and cuddled up with me very intimately, and I loved his soft black fur. And when I woke from the dream, I realized I had in my bed this black heart. It's actually a souvenir I brought from Belfast last summer, and it's between me and my master, because we both have a black heart, each of us, and so this is to me very strongly connected to my master. And so I think actually this black cat in my dream, this jaguar, was actually him. So that was finally a very positive dream, although I definitely prefer his real shape, his beautiful appearance. But yeah. So there will be more work to do, and in less than a week from now it's the solstice, and then at the latest I'll do another ritual for the Sabbath night, and I hope to be able to work things out. Yeah, I took some notes here, and yeah, sadly it happens again and again to me and to some friends of mine that there are comments and words from extremely moronic individuals lacking any kind of spiritual background whatsoever, and who would ridicule our past and everything, and which is quite a ridiculous thing to do, because when it comes down to it, what really matters in the end is what we will find once we are finally out of this here. And if you don't work on that, it's not my problem, it's your problem, but you will probably have to come back here over and over, and it's the one thing that I and friends of mine, brothers and sisters, are trying to avoid. I don't want to ever be back here after this life is finished, so I'm trying to do my best. There's a lot of work I have to do, but I'm most willing to do it and to get this whole thing solved. So yeah, I saw a very interesting video too, which I may post on my blog if I get around to it. It was an interview on a channel that I like very much, although this host of it, Jeffrey Mishlove, seems to have a very white light air about him. He is anything but a Satanist, but the talks are always very insightful and enlightening, and this particular one I'm referring to right now was with Dean Radin, who has done a lot of paranormal research, and he related an event there which was very insightful to me to hear about. It was about the effects of experiencing effects of true magic and how people usually react to it. And the usual reaction is by either forgetting about it or denying it. And it's exactly, I recognized myself in it, like what happened to me just over a year ago when on my trip home from Amsterdam, and something happened to me and to another person who was unintentionally involved, but I realized, and probably the other person realized, that I had in some way, by working black magic, caused this encounter to happen. As I said, it was unintentional because I didn't really know what I was doing, and when I do rituals, I have to admit it's still the case more often than not, and sometimes strange effects happen when you don't really know what you're doing. So yeah, this happened, and after more than a year now, I'm still trying to get my head around it, what it actually was that happened, and yeah, this video really helped to enlighten me a bit, and so I'm gonna post that on my blog. And right, I was saying that I found something that helped me with dream memory, and it's actually this here. It's nothing like psychedelics or any hard drugs or anything. It's plain vitamin B6 in a higher dosage than in most common multivitamins and stuff. It's like 40 milligrams, and I only take one. And lately I read somewhere else a recommendation to take 240 milligrams before going to bed for dream recall, and I think that's a bit over the top, and I'm not exactly a millionaire, and I think it might be unhealthy to take overly much, and as I said, it would be way too expensive. It would be 6 times the amount, and one of these actually helps a great deal. Like, I had something to write down in my dream journal every single day last week, so it seems to help. So that would be a tip from my side for other people who might want to work on their dreams. That would be all from me for today. Have a great weekend. Infernal blessings and hail Satan.